Awesome. Okay, hi guys. I'm Peter with Relative Race, and we have Morgan Nichols and Jamie Grace Harper.
Hi guys, how's
Hello
it going?
everyone. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, so we're here at Roots Tech right now. These two are contestants on season 3 of Relative Race. Which, when does it premiere, guys?
March
Sunday.
4th.
Oh my God,
Sunday.
yeah, that's
right
in
around
like
the
2
corner.
And we're
days.
currently telling our Facebook followers
Yes.
about it. We don't want you to think we're just texting our friends right now. We're telling
Sharing
people to watch
out.
this video to talk all about Relative Race.
Yes, we
Thank
are.
you
so
guys
excited.
so much.
Yes,
That's
of course.
awesome.
Almost done. So,
Thank you. No, that's great. So anyway, so we're going to take a couple minutes, just kind of get to know Team Green and ask you guys about who you are and then also a little more about your experience on the race. Obviously, we can't talk about everything.
Yeah.
So maybe we just start with like, who won the race?
Yes.
Yeah, so in season 1, Kelly Clarkson was the first winner. And now American Idol is coming back for season 48, and who knows who's gonna win.
Wow, guys,
It's gonna
exciting.
be crazy, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
stay tuned.
Stay
Sunday.
tuned, yes. Tuned in on Relative Race to figure out who won.
Okay, so awesome. We have yet to find out who wins. You'll have to stay tuned.
You have to stay tuned, yes.
But tell us first about kind of what you guys do professionally and about a bit about your life. You know, exciting news. Right?
Oh yes, I'm newly engaged, so I'm super excited about that. So there's that. But Morgan and I, we are singer-songwriters, and we're originally from Atlanta, based in Los Angeles, California. And we do a lot of touring with music, but also Morgan also writes a lot of poetry, and I also do a lot of YouTube sketch comedy. So that's pretty much what we do every day.
Yeah. Anything but dance. That's the one. That's the one thing. People are always like, "Oh, you guys do everything." It's like, no. We know our limits. Dancing is one of them. We don't do anything that has to do with dance.
Exactly.
Nice.
But anything else creative, we do for the most part.
That's awesome.
Sort of.
Okay, so on the race, you're on Relative Race. You had to give up your phones, switch to burner phones.
Yeah.
How did that affect your lives in 2018?
Someone had a harder time with it than someone else.
I'm married, and my husband, like, we talk all the time. Like, we're always texting and talking, even if we're like in different cities or whatever. So that was just hard, like just not being able to text, and not like my job. So much of what I do is social media. Like, I'm always managing things, always posting things and working on things. So that was just weird. Like, I really felt disconnected from the world, even though I'm literally like driving through the world. I feel disconnected from it. So I learned a lot from that experience.
Yeah, during the taping of it, I released an album. It's called 91. Check it out. And I didn't get to know anything about how my album was doing, how it was doing on iTunes, if radio was picking it up. I didn't get to know anything until we were like forever later. Like, it felt like 3 years. But no, it was good. It was worth the sacrifice for sure. But it was difficult to not have our phones.
Did your fingers get like jittery, like looking for something to do?
I don't think I had time because we were driving the whole time. So like our team, I was driving, Jamie was navigating.
Yeah.
So I spent the entire time with like my hands on the wheel, like just putting a lot of miles.
And I was responsible for the phone, so that was interesting because I had to go back to that kind of texting.
I never even touched the phone.
Yeah, she actually didn't.
Really?
Yeah, she was so disgusted with it.
I was I'm not. I refuse.
Yeah, but it actually got to a point where I told her, I was like, I kind of think I want to go back to this.
Yeah, I was like,
and
you're on
the
your
first
own.
few weeks when we got home, like I didn't use my phone. I kind of liked not having it.
Yeah, not getting a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
Interesting. That so how was it using maps, like old school maps that you can't pinch and zoom?
I kind of liked it.
Really?
We were homeschooled, and so we grew up using those kinds of maps. So yeah, I kind of enjoyed it. It was definitely difficult to not have Google Maps and to not have it.
And also, don't get mad at me, but like, I also think Jamie, you kind of love like telling me what to do.
I do.
She's younger.
Here's the thing.
She's younger than me. I'm not gonna. I don't listen to her. I mean, I listen to her.
Right.
There's no other time in life where I'm just gonna sit and listen to her for like 4 hours.
I like to create a plan and to lead the team there. That is just. I mean, I had highlighters. I was so prepared. I love maps.
Yeah, Jamie's the kind of person, like, if we're going on a 4-hour road trip, Jamie, I'm not exaggerating, she will work on a playlist that is exactly 4 hours.
Sometimes I'll do 4 hours and 15 minutes.
You'll go through a wave of genres, you'll go through Broadway,
and
country.
And you can't put it on shuffle. Like, I will plan it out, like, exactly. One time one of my friends moved to California, so I made her a playlist about songs from California, but I looked at where the bands were from, and I routed it from driving to Tennessee to California. I love a good plan.
So the maps were a part of that for her.
Yeah, I
Cool.
loved it.
That's awesome. How is it FaceTiming or on the chat with everyone in a video chat every night with Dan, with teams? Is it tense? Is it fun? Is it like, what are you feeling at
It
those
was
moments?
at that part of the day. It's like
You're just like,
it's just it's like you want to be like stressed because you're like you honestly don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like all that is real. Those are real emotions. You are actually really surprised in that moment. And for us, it was just like, can we just get over it? Can you just tell us?
Yeah.
But it was so. I mean, the anticipation, like that's yes, it's for TV, but it's for us too.
yeah. And then we
It was
also,
overwhelming.
like, in that moment, we also get to hear a little bit about everybody's day. So that
Yeah.
was exciting for us because
Trying to
some-
gauge
right,
how
like, yeah,
good
like from like,
the-
yeah, from like a competitive standpoint and a show standpoint, and then also from a family standpoint, we kind of, I mean, we know some of the sneak peeks of like who people got to meet, and so
Yeah.
I mean, I cried multiple. We both got really emotional multiple nights, and it was really cool. Like
Yeah.
that was like the least stressful part of the day because you think it'd be the most stressful, but it's the least stressful because the clock has stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How is that relationship between you and the other teams throughout the race?
Yeah, it's really good. Like even like the show, is over now and it's about to air now. So we're not filming anymore. But like even like today, being at Roots Tech and seeing like Troy and Nicole, like I really missed them and like getting to know some of their story and having kept in touch with them. It almost kind of feels like our relationship with our relatives in a way because
Yeah.
they're the only people that know exactly what we went through.
Mm.
So yeah, it was like it was really good. I know Nicole and I talked a little bit ago, and we were saying like I asked her, I was like, is it just me or like do you sometimes like forget you're not wearing a microphone and there's not cameras following you? Or she's like, oh no, it's me too. She's like, I drive like this. It's like so it's just they're the only people that get what we went through, and
Yeah.
you want to be competitive because it's a show, but at the end of the day, you're seeing these real emotions and these real stories, and
Yeah.
you're rooting for them.
Yeah, and
honestly.
you had said before too. It's like it feels like they're our family now
Yeah.
too. It's like
Yeah.
they're not.
I know,
but
and I'm like,
we all feel like family.
yeah, I'm like, Troy feels like really, like just like that kind of annoying big brother that you're like, leave my people though. We like them.
Nice. That's cool. You kind of get to experience your journey with family and a little bit of theirs as it unfolds too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's really cool. So word on the street is you do a really good, Jamie Grace, you do a really good Dan impression.
Oh gosh.
Can you give our fans who know Dan and watch the show?
So, well, anytime Morgan and I were like driving and like if something stressful would happen or if we, whatever would go on, I would just always imagine like Dan narrating it just to kind of ease my mind. So like, and just say hypothetically if Morgan were to make a wrong turn, which is hypothetical, I'd be like, now Team Green is trying to find their way to their relative's house. It's gonna be difficult tonight. So that's just kind of, I just did that.
Yeah, don't
often.
forget to say the way you say relative is so. Like,
This is relative race.
yeah, and
I don't know.
She would just do that.
I
like,
still
while
do
we
that
were-
in the middle of
like, it would just
Target.
be quiet in the car. 'Cause, like, what else are you gonna do? Like, you're on the road for all
yeah,
these
I still
hours.
do that now. Like if I'm driving somewhere,
Yeah.
like Jamie Grace thinks she knows where she's going. She's in for a dark surprise. I don't even know if it sounds like him. It
Yeah.
just comforts me.
No, that's
Yeah.
good. That's good. So with so much time in the car together, where you get to joke around and stuff, did you find yourselves as songwriters writing music? I mean,
Yeah.
spending
Yeah.
like using
Yeah.
that creative time a little
Yeah,
bit.
we did.
I don't think we finished the song because honestly we kept kind of getting to this point where it'd be like, okay, that's the sign we need to be looking out for. Everybody be quiet and look.
Yeah.
Or also, I just thought about this. I was like, oh, we need to go back and listen to those melodies that we started, but we were
Yeah,
able
we
to
don't have a
record them.
recorder or anything, so
Our
yeah.
phone was,
Right, but
not
there
capable
there
of
were
that.
some days of longer drives where we
Yeah.
took Morgan's like little baby Taylor guitar out on the road, and so I'm able to play it without
Yeah.
like obstructing her view, be safe. And yeah, like we definitely were writing hooks and writing choruses, and then singing
Cool.
some of our favorite songs just so we
That's
didn't
cool.
lose our minds while we were traveling.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so if you had to say, is it more taxing being on Relative Race, physically, emotionally, mentally? How would you rank that, and why?
I personally think that they're equally as challenging. Like it is challenging. I mean, the reward is exceptional. Like you have to watch. I'm not saying that to get you to watch the show, but you need to watch it because the reward is exceptional. But I will say that the difficult part was the physical challenge, because like for me, like to be like emotionally challenged, like I mean, I have my sister there, like she can comfort me, and like, you know, we believe in like the power of prayer and just like singing certain songs that we know will like lift us up and everything. So like that, like mentally, that we were able to, I guess, kind of find a solution for that. But like physically, like once you go to stretch, like it's just like that was really like, I'm not an athlete, and I'm not ashamed to say that, and I'm not like, I mean, I do like to exercise and work out, but I'm not like super
there are definitely moments where like our weaknesses, you know, we're like, here they are.
Right.
Because we, you know, what we do for a living, it's a lot of this and a lot of thinking, and we're used to thinking through things. And there were some moments, like some challenge where that really came into play, and we did a great, I feel like we did a really great job, because we're both kind of those thinkers, like we can think through it.
Right.
But like you put us in something physical, it's fun to watch. I'll just say that.
We're like the only, you know,
I think
girl
they'll be very
team too.
entertained.
So, you know, it's kind of the stereotype that dudes are athletes, but we're only a girl team. So for us, physically, we were like, okay, cool.
Okay, that's awesome. So, okay, I wanted to also ask, my thing's just loading, so I lost my question.
It's okay. His phone went through a sad storm.
I know. I am sorry. Okay, so about your, I'm sorry, I blanked on my question.
Would you ever go on Relative Race?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's really fun.
Not with my wife. With the brothers.
Yeah? Would you be the driver? Would you drive or would you navigate?
I would drive.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Probably.
You couldn't, not as tough as me,
Yeah.
I get it.
Okay, I remembered my question, thank you. Okay, so you guys obviously have your own following and fan base, as you know,
Hey guys.
as it is.
Hey guys.
And they are going to be tuning in and excited to watch you kind of in a different way than what they normally, you know, how they watch you guys and consume your media. So what would you say to them as they're about to watch you in this whole new TV show and live reality show? Like, what do you say to your fans about that?
Yeah, I think the first thing, because I actually did like a little thing on my Instagram yesterday, I think, and the first thing I said, which is like, you're going to see more of me than I normally ever share. I'm just not a natural sharer, even though I have a song called Storyteller. I wrote that song because I want to encourage other people to tell their stories. Like, I always deflect from me. I'm like, let's not talk about me. But on Relative Race, that's impossible to keep that up. Like, it gets real. You know, we get really vulnerable, and I mean, there's a lot of things that we think that people can watch and just grow just as their family, and just reflect on their own family relationships and different things like that. So I think that that's why I'm encouraging people to watch it, is because, I mean, it was way out of my comfort zone. I mean, way beyond anything I've ever done. But I just hope that that encourages others as well.
Yeah, and I'll add to that, you know, Morgan says that she's not a natural sharer, and this is the most vulnerable she's been. Well, I've had a YouTube channel for 12 years where I tell all my business, and this is the most vulnerable you will ever see me. I mean, there's one thing when you're filming a video and then you edit it and you put it online. It's different when you're mic'd the entire day and there's cameras following you around. And I mean, I honestly, like, I mean, this reality, I have anxiety, and I think you might see me cry even in the first episode, but what you'll also see is my sister being strong and her strength just like really carrying me through a really difficult moment. And so, yeah, I mean, it's really vulnerable, it's really real, but it's not like I'm doing anything special. We're just sharing our journey and sharing our story, and Relative Race has given us that platform. And so, yeah, there's that. I think you guys will like it. Sunday, March 4th, 7 o'clock, Mountain Time.
Yeah. That's awesome. We have some questions from our audience on Facebook Live.
Oh, hello guys.
Hi guys.
So Megan wants to know, what do you have to do to be on Relative Race? So maybe talk about what it was for you guys, how you guys got to be on the show.
Yeah, so to be on the show, you have to like go through like a casting process, with like a video, and then you talk to some people. And we were, you know, musicians, and so we had gotten like an email through Instagram that was like, hey, you should try the show out. And I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But once we watched the show, I thought it was really cool, and I was like, Morgan, we have to do this. And yeah, I mean, you definitely have to be vulnerable. You have to be open and be honest, and it's not about trying to be
And I
an
think-
actor or anything on
yeah.
screen. It's just telling your story.
Yeah, and I think there's a website. Was it TRR?
TRR casting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a website you can go to and actually find out more information about how they
Applying
cast.
for actual seasons.
Because
and
obviously
stuff.
there are more seasons to come. So yeah, we definitely like I said, for the more introverted people out there, like it was so out of my comfort zone. But I'm so glad I did it. It really challenged me to just be more open and sharing my story, because you just never know, like your story can encourage others in so many ways. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
What tips would you give someone who's going to be a future contestant on Relative Race?
You know, I would say one thing that, well, yeah, okay, Dan said I could share this in there, so hopefully I can share this here. But one thing that I did, I went to CVS and got some vitamins on like how to not pee a lot. So I recommend doing that.
because you're on the road a lot.
Yeah.
You're on the road a whole lot.
So be
And
mindful
timing
of your
matters.
pee. Right, exactly. I would say, well, we can't give away too much, but I'll say two things. One, whoever you're gonna go with, like, don't just try not to like argue or anything. Like, just know like they're your family, they're your people. Like, it might get stressful, but there's not like it doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that I would say is watch past seasons, but don't obsess over the
Yeah.
rules.
Mhm.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, Relative Race likes to throw curveballs. So
Yeah, so,
you
like,
can-
watch
You can
it, but-
binge watch everything and still be totally surprised.
Yeah, so
just be
don't
open.
don't try to be like, oh, I know it. Like, yeah, just be
Yeah.
ready for anything.
Okay, awesome. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you,
This was
guys
great.
so much.
Yeah.
You
We love
guys.
it. These
Yeah,
guys
it's
are
nice seeing you
awesome.
guys.
Again, Morgan Nichols, Jamie Grace Harper, their Team Green from season 3 of Relative Race, which premieres this Sunday on BYU TV, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. You can watch it online. Go to byutv.org, and we'll have links on our social media. So check it out. Thank you guys. You're so awesome.
you so
Thank
much.
you.
And we'll talk to you later.
Yes.
All right,
Bye,
thanks.
guys.